What's going on, everybody? I just realized I never turned on my Steam Deck here, Stream Deck. So my camera, my music's gonna be a little delayed. Hold on, let's turn that on. Connection, wizard. Oh, that's because it's not on. Should probably turn that on before I go live so that I can actually control the cameras and whatnot. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. I have about 2 hours to hang out with y'all. And yeah, I'm excited to do so. Today, we are going to mess around with my Micron because it has been neglected. I've been printing with pretty much every other machine that I have, but the Micron has gotten no love. Not because it doesn't print well, just because it's time to make some upgrades and changes. Can everybody see me and hear me okay? I'd love to know. It looks like my music is, for whatever reason, not playing. So let me make sure that's going to work. Let's go properties. I think if I remember correctly, I have to like change it to something else, then change it back, and it'll work. There you go. It's working now. All right, let me know in the comments how the video is. Let me check if I'm live on Twitch. I am live on Twitch. So you can catch me there as well. And on YouTube, that should all be good to go. All right. All right, guys. Today, as always, really, all of our live streams are supported by Polymaker. At the end of the stream, I'm sneezing. There we go. Sorry about that. At the end of the stream, we will be drawing a winner. This could be an international winner. It don't matter. Polymaker, they ship everywhere. So this will be money that gets added to your Polymaker account. If you don't have one, it'll let you make one, and you'll be able to buy yourself some filament, which is pretty cool. So thank you, Polymaker, for sponsoring these live streams with a spool of filament for the stream. It's awesome. View is fine. Sounds good. All right, view is fine. I get it. That's an ugly joke. All good. All right, let's see. We got Lamrith. What's going on? Tulsa King. Of course, we got Martin, the shrimp father himself. Filther, what's happening? I'm doing good. Baby's good as well. Both kids are doing good. Timing's both great and terrible at once. Got my Micron kit yesterday. Congratulations on getting that thing finally, by the way. Terrible that I'm still at work. Yes, yes. I see a new hole in the wall because they got that started. Oh, that thing back there? No. There is hole in the wall. There is I do have construction all over the house right now, and things are moved around because of that. And I have to make room as soon as possible. So for those that are on Discord, but also members of YouTube and also members of Patreon or vice versa, if you're not connected, get connected with Discord because I posted machines for sale there. My moderators get dibs on machines first, but once they make it through, you guys can take a look and let me know well before the public will be able to purchase them. They're huge discounts. I think the smallest discount was like 47% or something like that. So around 50% discount, some more, some less. So let me know about that. Polymaker on roll. Yeah, really, like Polymaker has just been making these marketing decisions that although obviously they benefit because it's marketing, it really uprises and supports the community. And not a lot of people do that. The only other, I guess, company I've seen do that so far is MakerBoard or Keep Making. Multiboard. Sorry, man, I keep doing that. Multiboard. Multiboard's also sponsoring the channel. I've been waiting on a whole bunch of filament, which I just got. I got this bad mamma jamma, so I have one of these and about a quarter of one. So that's just PLA, 5 kilograms. I got a whole slew of Polymaker, various filaments down there. I have a giant spool of PPS for another project right over there. Yeah, $650 worth of filament is here. So multi-board is going to be going on. I want to make a couple multi-bins for certain things that I have around the house that'll hang on the multi-board. I have a really cool idea with this whole thing back here to kind of cover it up, because this is actually the back of this thing. The front is on the other side of this room. So that will be cool. There's a lot going on. I'm just trying to stay sane with the amount of sleep. That's what's happening. So yeah, that's what's happening with the channel today. I have a power supply that we need to upgrade the machine with. So that will either be first or last, depending on what you guys want to do. Let me know. And I also have a bunch of these docks. Here's another tool head. We built that on stream a while ago. So I'm making a slight pivot with this machine. I was originally going to do 4 tool heads. Mostly because I was just following other people, really. I don't have a specific reason why 4. 4 does fit on this machine, but you need a couple other mods. And I had this idea of, there's got to be people that have the Micron kit and don't necessarily want to just make it a Toolchanger right away, or the Micron's already built, all that kind of stuff. So I figured I'll make something where you can take a stock Micron. You don't have to change the tool heads, nothing. You will be able to just add this on with a couple printed parts and a couple parts, you know, themselves. So the idea is to have 3, the trifecta. And what I've done here is basically you'd need either a 1515 like this, or to print it. I actually printed this on the K2 Plus. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to be making a triple dock that just attaches. So here, let's get this off the print head, or print bed. So here's the mod that I made. So there's these cool brackets. So the idea is you would take your 1515 and you attach it here and here. And this whole thing, along with all the docks themselves, attaches to your machine, and you have 3 of them, and there's clearance for your stock belt tensioners. And I actually like the stock belt tensioners, considering I had problems with the aftermarket one. So that's the idea, is I want to build this dock contraption, throw it on the machine, and that's going to force me to do, you know, the other tool heads. So I think 3 should be pretty interesting. Yeah, I saw that. I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance to watch it, but it's on my watch list. I usually get a chance to watch some of these things late at night. Glass fiber ABS? No, this is ASA carbon fiber from 3D Max. So they have that like brother company, sister company. And this is from them. I don't remember off the top of my head what that company was. I think I had it before. It was another name. But yeah, basically what'll happen is, they're facing downwards, but what'll happen is the machine will come over here, it'll put this thing on it and kind of go down and dislocate itself and leave the tool head up. And there's a piece on the back that will be able to adjust this for the lean. So that's what we're doing. And we'll be testing this dock situation also while we're doing it. What do you guys think? So here's the question for you. Do you guys want to, let me know in the chat, do you guys want to do, or should I rather, make this dock, see if this works, test this idea, or do the power supply upgrade, which is a little bit more boring, but this is a really nice unit. Expensive power supply for what it is. It's a Meanwell 350. And this should give us plenty of power for our 3 tool heads and the bed that's on there right now. So that's the idea. Let me know in the chat right now which one should I do first, and we'll do that. On another note, I don't know if you guys watch my what's it called, shorts on YouTube, but I printed some Crocs and they came out just unbelievable, really. Like, I can't even explain this. Like, I know it's a croc. I know, I get it. And I know it's yellow. It's kind of the point, really. But it's just so impressive. I ended up making these straps that say 4-wheel drive on them, because you got to put your Crocs into 4-wheel drive. The problem I have with them is when you bend this TPU, it tends to crinkle up like that. So I have a design update that already has these predetermined wrinkles in it, so that it ends up being perfectly straight. So I'll have that fixed. And I'll print a 2-color. I'll print 2-color TPU. But they're surprisingly comfortable. I wore them to work. And I'm just so impressed that this is a thing. Usable with current gen printers. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Wick Central. And Ryan's Shine. I don't think I said hi to you. But yeah, like I this is just very impressive to me. And also I printed one of them with 0 supports. That was this one, which was really impressive. And then I printed the second one with 2 touches of support, and it came out just. I don't think a TPU print could be better than this one. Can you guys see that shine? It's like, look at that. It's flawless. So yeah, next time I have some upgrades that I want to do. I want a little bit more infill, just a little bit for my heel. I'm a heavy guy, so I would like just a little bit less cushion than this. This is 10% infill. Gyroid, I'll do 15 probably, or like 18. And then what I want to do is give it a texture. So I want to use one of the new textures from Orca and give it something, just a little bit of body. So it's not just like this shiny thing, you know, for the next pair. And also I might even do another pair where the bottom is a different color than this top. And that could be a fun thing too. Safety toe version, exactly. Isn't that slippery? It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right, guys. I don't think anyone has said anything about what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to mess with the docks today. And then if we get through the docks, which I doubt, but if we do get through 2 hours of docks, then we'll go ahead and throw on the power onto the bottom of that. So that should be cool. What I need is I need this power supply and my soldering iron. I have a new soldering iron. I don't know if you guys have seen this thing. Called the Pine-Sil. This is replacing my D60, and I haven't even used it. Sean Don, what's up? I have a million pieces of hardware to go through. Might have to do a hardware stream at some point. A hardware sorting situation of sorts. Oh, let me get comfortable over here, and we'll get started. I want to build a Toolchanger so bad. Yeah, I mean they're definitely popping off right now. Very popular. I wish I did it a little bit sooner, to be honest. But yeah, I just want them to be mainstream. The first kind of mainstream. Obviously, the XL exists, but the first mainstream taste I get is the H2D, which isn't necessarily separate tool changers, but the 2 separate tool heads has been really incredible so far. That machine has kind of blown me away, really. Just there's so much tech in it. It's really incredible. The quality is unbelievable. Waiting on someone like FISEC to sell a drop-in module times the premium. Yes. I'm not going to say I know anything, because I don't, but that's going to happen. That's going to happen. I don't know about FISEC specifically, but there's plenty of companies that make Voron-related stuff. So, all right, let's get into it a little bit, huh? So what I've done so far is on this small 1515, I tapped the ends so we can put in some hardware onto the dock. And the thing is, I probably should have measured what hardware I'm going to need for this stuff because I haven't. And I have so much miscellaneous hardware. Let's see. You know what we should do? Let's see if we can find whatever out of here first. Here, let me move my Crocs. Let's put this here. Have you seen the new Bontek change? Oh, yeah, for sure, Jeff. It looks incredible and an absolute game changer. And yeah, I hope that starts just going crazy. because it is super cool, and the idea of how they did it, their implementation is just, it's like, what's the reverse of jank? It's nice. It's really, really nice. They did a fantastic job. They should be proud. Join into here going crazy. What's up, Matt? Okay, I need a longer screw than this. Wow, that's hot. Holy. Let's see. How about this? Look at this wad. There must be a magnet in there. Everything's just stuck. I'll take it. Finally out of work. Good day so far. Nice. That's great. Hey, Jason. Burn it at the stake. All right, we got one in. Where's the second? Did I miss what tool heads you're using? I am using the regular old mini stealth burner. And I know they're not the best tool head possible. My entire dream with this thing was to always kind of just use it with ABS. So I'm not really worried about the cooling issue. And the reason why I wanted to use mini stealth burner is my V0 that's spinning behind me is just such an amazing performer. Some of the best quality ABS prints have come off that machine, and I mimicked my setup with this one on it. So just the fact that I can have multiples of these with CHT nozzles, all the parts are really inexpensive. I like the look of these OEM Voron style designs. I know there's, like I said, I know there's newer, cooler looking parts out there, and anyone can use whatever they want. Hey, Jack in the shop. So let's see how this is gonna work. Yeah, let's get that lined up. Don't want to over tighten this, but there we go. We'll have a 15-15 on the bottom there. So what we need in the 15-15 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nuts to slide them on in there. So let's locate some of those. M3 hex nut. There's literally a single in here. How useful. Really? All right. I have so many of these bags of hardware from Voron kits and printer builds, and I'm just trying to get them out of here because I have them more organized, obviously, but I need these things to be gone at this point. And I think at some point I'm literally going to have to do a stream where all I'm doing is just sorting all this hardware because I just have too much. PBSU is really the future, cheaper than Peak and PEC, more forgiving, incredible filament. The cheating machines are almost there, maybe next gen. So yeah, I agree. I've actually been printing with PPS CF. I just bought a giant $300 spool of it. I printed some in my office. I think I did a short. Oh no, I haven't posted that short yet. So I'm actually making a suspension lift, although I'm lowering the car. I need a little bit of lift in the rear suspension. And I made a spacer out of PPS, solid 100 infill PPS that'll be going in the car. So that's going to be a fun just test to see how it holds up. Although I have PPS in the car already and it's been perfectly fine. That material is just, it's crazy. I like the look of the Mini SB. Yeah, me too. Me too, Havoc. Crowd, that reminds me, I need to source me a Voron 2 upgrade kit for Voron 01. Oh, yeah. I mean, you don't really need it. You could get away with just upgrading that machine just a little tiny bit. And it being fantastic. Let's see. Do I need to widen this opening a little bit? Nope, there it goes. 1, 2, 3. Let's go 4, 5 and 6. And guys, I know that this isn't going to be the strongest thing ever with this thing being printed, but I don't have a metal one on me right now. And I want to make sure that all this fits the way that I want it, considering I like designed a thing. Ow. What was that sound behind me? Did I just flick something? Did I flick something in lightning speeds? Or there's something fall back there. Who knows? Could be anything. I've been here for a while now. How you doing today? Hey, Quinn. I'm good. How are you, man? You always ask me how I'm doing, but how are you doing? How are you today, sir? All right, there we go. Man, ASA carbon fiber is definitely a cool material. All right, so I'm hoping that this material is rigid enough and strong enough to kind of hold all 3 of these docks. And I'm not sure if it's going to be, so it'll be a cool test. But here's my little design. So it gets attached up top here into the existing 1515. The docks sit right here. You can have any of these docks, any different colors, whatever you want to do. And you can remove them if they get ruined or something melts or whatever it might be because of some miscalculation or whatever. So it should be totally modular. Wasn't there a guy on YouTube making something like the Bontech Index? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was. He kind of had a pretty large setup. But yeah, he was. I actually don't know if he ever finished. What's the infill? 100% all walls? Oh, are you talking about Rise and Shine, the lift? I think I did like 10 or 15 walls, and then the rest is 100. And the reason why is because it's actually not that thick, and I filled the whole edge with walls. It doesn't need any more than that, so. Trying to get my text message from my phone to my PC. Okay. All right, let's see here. So, I think now that this is on, it's time to do a whole slew of these inserts. Let's do it. Hey, Gigi. He's getting there on his custom machine. He's doing it all on his own, so it's slow. Yeah, right. I don't remember what the channel's called. I used to watch him all the time, and then there was some moment where his feed completely disappeared from mine, which is weird. It's like, why wouldn't I be subscribed? Mikhail, right? Mikhail? Is that the guy's name? Hey, Bearded Printer, how you doing? Like, it's him and his brother, who also has a YouTube channel. Also a content creator. I think it's like Mikhail Design or something like that. All right, let's test out this new pine sill. And that way I can dedicate my D60 to my drone bag and use the batteries there to power that thing. And I don't have to take it out every time I do a stream or want to do whatever. All right, let's see. I do have this little vise. Let's get a better angle. How about that? There we go. I like that. Put this right over here. The hardware on top. Okay. Let's mess about. I love my pine sill. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hear good things. You know, one of the it's like little things. So it looks like you can set this thing flat and nothing hot will touch, which that alone is fantastic. You don't have to always have the little stand. Like, that is really cool. I love that it has both inputs. The D60 only has the USB-C input, and my USB-C dongle thing that you plug everything into is actually wearing out slightly just because of the weird angles. So for this one, I have this 12-volt power supply. I checked if it runs. I also can technically run it off of a USB-C, which is incredible. The D60 does not run. You need to run it off of PD power, and that's really specific. So, hoping it's not the same as the S1S printer, guys. Hey, Marcos, what's going on? I want to see the spinny behind you. I can show it to you. I like showing that thing off. It's one of my favorite machines. Here, let's turn the spinny. Let's turn the spinny off for a second. Take the helichopper off of there. This is one of my favorite little Vorons that's super, super capable. It's got auxiliary cooling. Okay, camera, relax. Relax, camera, come on back. It has auxiliary cooling on one side, filtration on the other side, and it's just really good at printing ABS. It's very reliable, and I have a bunch of LEDs in there. Here's the back. It's just been a fantastic machine, and I love it. I love it, and it used to sit on my desk. I just kind of ran out of room for a printer, so while I don't use it, I keep it on this little turntable for just a neat display. Instead of it kind of always being behind the scenes, I figured it deserves a little bit of limelight, you know? There you go. So that's what's back there. Yeah, no problem. Like I said, I really like that thing, and showing it off is fun. All right, let's do one at a time, I think. So I'll kind of move this along here. Let's go this way. Get my phone out. Sorry, I had a Discord message. What is pink cord? Oh, I see. Okay, that's my own Discord. That's fun. All right. So let's plug this bad boy in and kick it up to about 350. Also, I noticed it has a self-flip on the screen, so it'll reorient itself. You know, it's just these little things that are just phenomenal. I don't know how or why, but it seems like it actually gets hotter faster on the same power supply than the D60. To be fair, my D60 has endless hours. Like I can't even describe how many hours that soldering iron has on it. I've made so many things with that thing, so it's hard to hate on it. But yeah, it's almost there. So this thing I can lay on the edge right here, and it's not going to ruin anything, which is so nice. There you go. It's already at 350. All right, so let's start at the bottom here. Does this bottom piece need any? Yes, it does. I have my little clamp here that Zumi gave me. The Zumi vise, we call it. So let's just start doing some inserts, and I'll chat and answer some questions and whatnot. I'll go on the side of the pond. Just finished magnetizing 250 units for a customer. Interesting. Magnetizing 250 units. What do you mean by magnetizing? What does it mean? Man, I love how inserts melt into this ASA. It doesn't go too fast. It feels very controllable every time. It's very nice. And 350 seems to be perfect. All right. That's 2 there. Yep, just like that. Okay, we got 1. All right, this gets 2 magnets. And to be 100% honest, I'm not sure why it gets 2 magnets. So I'm just going to wait to put those in. It looks like it gets an insert here. And that's another thing that I don't know what that's for. So I'm going to keep that off for now. But I know that that's the tilt adjust. Okay, this one needs 4 on both sides here. Let's see what a good way to clamp this is. To clamp this without damaging it. Maybe just like this. I'll just go lightly. Adding magnets to all the finished parts. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, look at that. It had a sleep on it as well. And as soon as I picked it up, it started heating again. Man, I swear. The pine steel was on a crazy sale as well, which was cool. Like, I think it was the same price as my D60. All right, where's this guy? This needs to cool that one down just a little bit. Oh, I know this is off screen a little bit, so let me move this for a sec so I can show you why I use this method right here. Get you a little closer. All right, so I have this little square, and what I do is I take the flat bottom piece and I rest it on here, and I'll show you in a sec why. So a lot of times when things get a little too hot, these get really spongy and they kind of want to pull out. And what I do is I usually melt it down like this. I make sure that it goes just below the surface, and then what I do is I put the square right on there and kind of push down, and it cools that top layer of plastic. And let me show you how neat that ends up looking. It ends up taking that little piece that kind of goes over the edges and just makes it absolutely perfect. It almost looks like this is, you know, done by a machine when you do it this way. So I highly suggest getting something like this. And this one's really small, so even in little spots like this, which would be tough to get a bigger one in, I can kind of sneak in a corner, you know, like that, and still get it there, which is nice. All right, 2 more going in. A low-end Weller non-adjustable 15-watt soldering iron works well for everything I need. Yeah, man, you know, this is only like if you need a soldering iron or you want something portable, considering this you can literally use this off a battery pack or even your laptop. Like that kind of thing is incredible, you know? And it comes apart really, really easily. Like the tips come off. So it just makes it really, really, really portable. And what's interesting is just the power of it is incredible. Goes all the way to 450. There's even firmware, different firmware for it. Like there's a following, there's an entire GitHub. You know, something about open source hardware like this is really cool. And it's cheap. I think it was like $36 or something like that. The metal spatula that comes with most printer also works well. Yeah, that's true. It does, yeah. I just like this because it has a little bit more bulk to it, you know. But yeah, the metal spatula would do the trick for sure. All right, there we go. And now we got the inside. So we only have to do 36 of those total. All right, this piece, I think... Nope, it needs 2. It needs 1 on both sides. I wonder if I counted this one. No, we're going to find out. I should have enough inserts. Here, let's see if we can do 2 at a time on this one. Just to kind of save a little bit of time. All right, there we go. I know you guys won't be able to see the top of this, but I'll be fast. All right, that's 1. And 2. At first, I was really questioning this dock, like the fact that it has so many pieces. Like, why would I want to use this dock instead of making like a one-piece design? But then I realized, like, if some piece doesn't fit, or you modified something on your machine, or you changed one of the tool heads or something like that, you don't have to redo the entire thing. You would just be able to slightly modify your dock. So the design, I guess, kind of clicked on me, and I kind of got its value. So I'm sticking with it, because originally I was just gonna not make just this cradle part. Originally I was just gonna make a full-on dock. Link, please. I'll get you one second. 1 sec. Let me get these in. Appreciate that, by the way. Thinking of me. You can obviously Google and find one quick, but using one of my links gives me a tiny little bit of kickback. So I appreciate you even thinking about that. Thank you. Yeah, let me just make sure this is done. All right. Pine Sol. I bought mine on Amazon. Let me see if the deal still exists. It is there. Okay, I purchased it on the 29th. Let me see my order, because right now it's $39.99. Let me see what I got it for. Okay, that's what I got it for. Yeah, $39.99. Here. Get link. I will put it in the chat. Let's go here. Here you go, KI. Right here. I'll put it in. Oops. I'll put it on Twitch as well. Why not? Here you go. Thank you, like I said, for that. Appreciate that. All right. So that is good. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is bring a wet towel down here so that I can wash this. Oh, I have water right here. Never mind. I'll be able to. All right. And I think this one just has 2. Yeah, those are through holes. So that should just be 2. Let's see how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's correct. All right. So let's get this one into here and finish it up. Buying now. Awesome. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. So I don't remember where this power supply is that I got here. But I think it was from like LEDs or something. I'm just like reusing it from something else. But like I said, you can power it straight off of any USB, which is unbelievable. And then I do have an attachment that has an X60 connector on the end, and I use my drone batteries. You can go up to 24 volts, so up to 6S, and the 6S battery heats it up in seconds, literally like 4 seconds, and it's at 350. So, really good. And there's a ton of these tips, so if you need a specific kind of tip, these tips are available all over the place. Water. No basil today, Carve. That's what I was missing, huh? That's what I'm missing. Missed opportunity. All right, here's the cool part. So actually, you know what? I'm not gonna unplug it. Cooldown. I think cooldown is both buttons. Yep, cooldown is both buttons, and it's going down. Love the readout, and I can just set this thing down on the edge. It's not gonna pull my cable. It's not gonna melt anything. How cool is that? It's so simple, and it's just a deal, is what it is. Hey, thanks for subbing, North. Appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to start attaching to the bottom. Like, we'll go bottom up and kind of see if I can find the hardware. Maybe what I'll do is every time I find the right hardware, I'll try to, like, pull off 2 more of each kind, because I'm not even sure, like, how am I going to... Without knowing what the hardware is, it's going to be tough. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get the angle of the camera correct. What the heck? My brain's not functioning. Here we go, like this. Just put it right here. All right, let's use the black hardware first for my FISEC kit. Let's see if they got what I need. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be relevant. There are 2 very large ones that I need, so maybe let's see if I can pull that off. Here's a bunch of long ones. Let's see, 35. Let's see if that's correct. Will 35 fit? Let's see. Can I see where this goes? That goes right here. No, 35 will not fit. I do have longer hardware for that. So let's see. I got them long boys. Bought a kit a while ago from Amazon like this. They go from 30 to 50. So just a bunch of M3s of various lengths. So let's see what we got here. 45. Let's see if 45 will do the trick. 45, I think, is probably too long for this. This piece is here, and it is... Wait for it. Wait for it. It's like Jenga. Like this, right? Boom. Yes. Okay. So this needs to be that long. It looks like this might be just right. No, too long. We need 40s. Let's do these. Do I have enough? No, I don't have enough of these. All right. There we go. This is going to work. And for this, I need the Hodo, because this is going to take a year otherwise. Just screw that in. Thank you for soldering iron suggestion. Will make work better than the one I bought a while ago. Oh yeah, this thing is awesome. Any kind of small electronics, this thing would just crush. The fact that it's so adjustable and so universal, really. All right, remind me not to touch this screw, because it'll be very, very hot. All right, this might also be too long. Well, let's see. I'll try it. Will it be too long? Whoa, 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 easy, easy. All right, let's see if that will work. It does. All right. So 45s or 40s it is, right? So we need 1 here, then we're gonna need 2, 3, 4 for the others. So that's what we'll try to do. We'll try to set it aside and go that way. All right, let's get this in there. Oh, speaking of Hodo, Chitty Tech sent me a little gift with some Hodo tools. I'll show you guys that in a few. I thought that was pretty cool. By the way, guys, for those just coming in, Polymaker does sponsor my live streams, and at the end of the stream, we will be giving away some filament by them. So check out the links that are pinned in the top of the chat. They will be your way into the giveaway, and they are worldwide giveaways. Smash the like. Thanks, BWS. Appreciate that. Hey, reprinted? What's happening? All right, and then now we're going in from this direction just to make this mount stronger. And for that, I'm going to take a pure guess and guess that 16 is the way to go. Let's see if my guesstimate is correct here. We're going this direction. We're going in there. Yep, that'll work. 16. Oh, and that drops right in. Let's see if I nailed it. Nailed it. All right, so we need one more. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, every time I'll just set them aside for the other two. Ooh, I heard a little cracky crack. Not gonna unscrew that one. That's staying. No visual cracks, so that's good. It must have been the trying to pull out the our insert. Man, look at that print, by the way. What a beaut. Love this filament. Okay. It's heavy, by the way. All right, so should we start attaching it to the dock? Or put the whole thing together and then attach? I'm thinking we kind of attach as we go, maybe. And build it up. Oh, actually, I can't. It has to be done separately because you have to put in these two pieces now from the bottom. Right. Right, and then you can screw that in. Okay, so these go this way. And let's see the hardware that we need for this. I think it might also be 16, actually. If that's the case, this would be depleted. Hopefully it's shorter. I think it might be 14. Let's see. If we drop this up. Nope, it's this, definitely. So 16. Okay, let me see how many 16s I can find. I got 2 right here. Let's put that in the trash. Do we have 16s in this kit here? Trying to reuse as much as possible. We got a whole bunch of 12s, so that's good to know. I don't see 16s in here that are left. Yeah, a whole bunch of 12. Here's some 16s. All right, different head on them though. I'd rather keep them the same. Whole bunch of 35s as well. Okay, I got to keep in mind that some of the longer screws that we might need are in this kit. All right, that's going back. Okay, and then let's check the Prusa kit. We got 12s. What's this? We got unsanctioned hardware in here. These look like them. They are. There you go. We have just enough there. 2 for you, 4 for you. Okay, thanks, Prusa. What's funny about that is actually, I guarantee you that I'm going to need those if we're going to upgrade the MK4S to the Core 1, but that's okay. I'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. All right, let's drop this in. You know what? I think for some of this, especially for the shorter hardware, I'm going to go handheld so that I don't actually, let's get this one, so that I don't strip anything or crack anything, since this filament is not brittle, but brittle. You guys got any projects you guys are working on at the moment? Maybe something you're doing while watching? What are you guys up to? All right, one is on. I've also been thinking about redesigning these little 2 front pieces just to give them a little bit more style. Maybe give this a little bit more purpose. Like I personally don't know if they were like going for something specific with this shape. But it would be nice to give it some kind of not style, but did I put these on backwards? Wait. Did I? How does this go? This goes on the back, I think. I think I put this on backwards. Right? These things go through here. And they hold the front. Where's my tool head? So this will slide in like that. Yeah, so I need... Wait, what am I missing here? So this will go this way. And does that piece... All right, I need some photos. Let's see some photos of these docks. Dealing with wonky thermistor on Micron. Oh, man. Ant head. Thermistors can be wonky, for sure. 3D printed a mold for a 2-part foam shock bump stop experiment. Interesting. That sounds fun. Blowforge. Still finishing up printing parts for an enclosure for the SVO. Oh, that's a lot of printing for an enclosure for SVO8. Removing supports from TPU baseball cap that I just finished. Oh, okay. Printing some stuff for a charity function at the end of the month. Printing makership. That's awesome. Doing it all. Doing it all. Printing various things for a charity and patiently waiting for Bondtech. Also waiting for UPS to deliver 4 server hard drives for a new Unraid build. I need to do this at some point. Everything I do is on a bunch of different hard drives. I recently went to a portable Thunderbolt 4 M.2 enclosure, which is nice, but it gets really, really hot. And yeah, I kind of want to do RAID as well. Action figure made in ChatGPT. Interesting. Audio chip from Amazon. Push a button to hear the catchphrase. That's cool. I like that. That's cool, Jack in the Box. Hey, Nigel. How you doing? All right. I need to find a picture of this. Stealth Changer dock. I need to know the front. These are not the right docks. Oh, these are the ones that hold screws. I actually like this, by the way. I did like this design. Yeah, very simple. I like that. See, that's another cool thing with this is if you ever want to change a different dock, you just can. That's so cool looking. Let's see if I can spot something in the wild somewhere. The problem is not too many people use the docks or the tool heads that I'm using. Oh, look at that. That's purty. I think the... Aha. That's interesting. It's the same style dock. But this is a video though. Is this which one is this? Okay, that answers my question. I thought it was Jonathan's. So based on this photo here, I can't. So if I open, I just want the image. Okay, so those go out this way. So that means I have them correctly. But then what about the top? Okay, so it does go this way. This part, this mount. Does the mount go this way? Actually, we can test it right here. If this sits here. No, that's backwards. It needs to go this way. Okay, yeah, they're backwards. There we go. I found what I'm looking for. And it was just me. I had to just do it myself. Still figuring out my new Mac, but definitely liking it. I bet it's smooth. Yeah, there's lots of little things. Like the shortcuts that'll really help you is Command and Shift. That's like the main one. If you're looking for anything really, just Command and Shift and type in whatever you need. It could be something for the web. It could be a file. It could be a math question, whatever. But that's one of the best ways to kind of just navigate through stuff. If you don't remember where it is, or if it's not something specific to a file, just remember that Command and Shift opens that like search bar type thing. All right, so those go inwards like this. Let me make sure they're flat. And now, if we put this on my dock, this needs a little bit more power. I have to tighten that more. Why that came so loose, I don't know. It's probably because I have a printed 1515 that's going into. All right, so if I put this here this way, all right, then this will go in this direction, and this should line up. It does. Okay, so that answers my question. This goes like that. All right, so let's figure out which hardware we need for this. And I'm hoping it's not 16, because I clearly don't have many more of those. It is. Dang it. I wonder if we can get away with a 12 or a 14. Let's try. Let me try. I do have 2 more right here, but M4 Pro Mini, by the time I upgraded of M4 Max price. Isn't it Command and Space? Yeah, Command. What have I been saying? Nigel, what have I been saying? Hopefully I've been saying Command Space. Unless my brain was just scrambled up, which is possible. I did have more than 3 hours of sleep last night, though, admittedly. I had like a luxurious 5.5, 6. Command. Yeah, it's Command. Hopefully I've been saying it correctly. My bad, guys, if I didn't. That would be brutal if I'm trying to help, but saying the wrong thing. All right, Bruce isn't going to save me this time. It doesn't look like. Oh, there's more hardware in there. Man, I just have boxes and boxes of bags and bags of random hardware from builds. It's hilarious. What's this little bag? Just more hardware. No problem. Hardware for everybody. Everyone gets hardware. More? Yep, just more in here. Another bag full. Any 16s? No. Alright, here's the 12s. Do I have... There's longer. Let me check my main hardware bin here. It's also likely that I have a ton in here. And if I do, well, then we don't have to think about this anymore. All right, so that's going to be... It's going to be this bin. Yeah. All right, so let's see. Do I have any of the same type? No, but I have these. We'll just use these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and do I have one more matching? I do. 6. And then what I'll do for my final trick, I'll put these 16s in there just so that I don't have to look for them further later. hardware mania over here. I have a freaking hardware store. All right, let's see. Let's attach this. I need a larger end here. By the way, for those just joining in, how many people are already in there? Let's see. 28. For those just joining in, a little bit under an hour, 54 minutes, we'll be giving away some Polymaker filament. So definitely jump into the link at the top of the chat. You do have to be present to be able to claim the prize. If not, I will redraw to somebody else. All right, and this goes here. Perfect. You know, I just realized to attach this to the machine, I'm going to need to drop in nuts onto the existing. That should be easy, I think. I think it only holds the 2 up front. Okay, that one should be easy. All right, so there is one dock. And to finish it off, I just need some water right here to remove the glue. Oh, and this gets added on. Looks like, okay, we need these over here. Looks like we need some smaller hardware. Let's see what we can find. Where did I put all those 12s? Because I feel like those 12s are what we need. Whole bag right here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do a sorting stream because this is out of hand. Also, let me stand. Pick up this desk. Okay. Let's see if this is enough. It is. Perfect. All right, I'll move this all the way to the bottom to start because this will be adjusted once the tool heads are on here. And as you guys might notice, I don't have any brushes or silicone here yet. That will go in the middle. I'll have to do that at a later time. But yeah, here is the whole dock. So let's see which hardware we're going to need to attach it with. Looks pretty shallow, to be honest. I wonder if it's these as well. Let's see. Oops. Old song. This is a classic. Yep, that's it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll drop those in here. Okay, don't drop it that way. Pro tip. If you guys need to drop in a piece of hardware and you have tweezers like this, what I do is I squeeze them, put them into the top, and I let them go. And you can hold hardware like that. Once you get it where it goes, you just push, pull out, and you got that in there. All right, now let's see if we can put some screws where they need to be so we can attach this mamma jamma. All right, got one. Pro tip, that's right. I got more where those came from. Gotta love a good pro tip. All right, so let's tighten. Don't want to over tighten. I'm using a 3D printed 1515. There we go. All right. Dock number 1 is on, and basically this will attach to the printer like that. And we should be able to dock one of these on here. Bada bing, bada boom, like this. So this will come in. It'll drop it off and go and do its own thing. And I'll angle, and then I'll put in 2 pieces of hardware inside, and you can even put magnets in here that will just help hold it just where it needs to go. Kind of looks like Wolverine, doesn't it? It looks like Wolverine's mask. Is it a 3D printed 1515 temporary solution or permanent? So I designed these things to hold 3. This is temporary because I don't have one. And as you can see, I'm having issues with it. But technically speaking, you should be able to use both. But printed is obviously not going to be nearly as good. I think you should have a metal one, just for rigidity and all the other things as well. But yeah, it should technically be strong enough. All right, you know what? My OCD is going to destroy me. Let me get a paper towel. And let's use some water. To get some of that glue off. Another pro tip, if you guys are using ASA or ABS or polycarbonate or whatever, or nylon specifically as well, and you guys peeled it off your printer too quickly and the black kind of marred and turned white, what you can do is use a flame and it will turn the black back to black. So keep that in mind if you're if you did that and some of your PEI sheet kind of ruined the face of it. Well, doesn't that look just much better? Look at that. All right, cool. Let's do another. Actually, I'll keep this up here. So hopefully this will go faster now that I half know what I'm doing. And it's, believe me, it's only half. I never know what I'm actually doing. All right, and I needed two of these to mount that down. Right, so we'll get 2 of those out. What else did I use these for? Use them for something. Oh, in the back. Okay, 2 of these for the back as well. Okay. So I need 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, perfect. So that should be all the hardware I need. Back in black, that's right. Bada bing, bada boom. Hardware off to the side. Let's get these bad mama jammas over here. All right, all the hardware. Let's go. All right, Pinesil, your turn again. Hey, 3D Odyssey, what's up? All right, let's do this one. So, this one needs nothing from what I remember. This guy gets 2 on the bottom here. All right, Pinesil, you're up. Let's see. Oh, so as soon as you touch it, basically, it starts to warm up after its sleep. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty much pretty much a vast improvement over the D60 I had. The D60 does all the same stuff, but having that connector on the top, the barrel connector, is just better. It just is. No other way around it. It's just better. All right, this one needs 2 here up front. All right, you know what? We'll get these set up as well. This one. This one. All right, and it's to temperature. So let's roll. Wish I could find an insert tip for the Fatix salt. I mean, I always wanted one too, but you know what? I've put in so many inserts without a proper tip successfully. I've only failed maybe in the very beginning when I first started doing this or building things. But yeah, I understand why you would want one. Not trying to talk you out of it. Maybe I talked myself out of it. Pencils are so good. I'm soldering new, but it's awesome. Yes, it's crazy good. It's crazy good. I'm very impressed. Here, let's just do that on the table. Just for time's sake. Yeah, ideally you want to have tweezers of some sort. I actually like these bent tip ones. But that helps you pull these out because sometimes this cone shape can kind of try to catch. And it really helps. Let's see. I'm in the zone now. We got another spam bot. Doing something good if you're getting spam, right? You haven't tried any inserts yet? Oh yeah, regular tip will do just fine. You know, it's also like hot, so if it's not going in perfectly straight, you just kind of move it around. Pro tip, it's also have the flat head bolt or something to flatten it after removing the tip. Yes, so that's what I'm doing too, Nigel. I don't know if you missed that part. I use this because it has some bulk to it and it stays cool. So it cools the top of the plastic down and kind of secures this in there. On Twitch or YouTube? On Twitch. On Twitch. I did my whole Voron with the regular tip. Yeah, Jason, I've done, I don't even know how many builds or how many machines I've done at this point, but I've never had the proper tip. But like I said, I think it's worthwhile because of just the fact that you can pull the soldering iron out without the need of tweezers. That's really the main, and obviously it'll go in straighter. Obviously, right? Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? All right, just a few more, and then we'll have to flip and do the long boy pieces over there. Yeah, like right there, I couldn't pull that out. But the tweezers kind of take care of that for you. And then, once again, it kind of gets this like molten lip. And if you can press it down with something, even the back of your tweezers like this, it just holds that in perfectly right there. So I'll try to do another one of these streams or maybe a mini video or something. I'll have something out there of me figuring this out. There is some wiring I still have to do, like how to get the wiring to all the tool heads. So there's definitely a bunch of little like busy work to do, but all the hardware is done, and then software wise, I'm still gonna have to install the Toolchanger Clipper files, and I'll need some help with that for sure. Not sure why I have your Twitch and YouTube stream going. I guess I'm just testing the Mac out. So much crap open. And that's another thing you might notice. Toll says it deals with more things open much better. It's slightly better at that kind of multitasking. Obviously, if you're going to use Chrome, well, Godspeed. But for just the machine itself is way more capable of just having a lot open. There's something about, you know, the specific hardware that works with the software together. Oh, Windows would have crashed. Yeah. I have some really powerful Windows machines, game simulator stuff, racing simulator stuff, and then gaming machines. And no matter how much money I've spent on them, there's just the constant updates, the constant song and dance of different software and drivers. You know, sometimes, just like people say with 3D printers, they don't want to constantly fiddle with everything, although there's a time and place for it, obviously. It's nice sometimes when something just works really well. All right, we're on the tail end here. How much time do I have? Okay, we should have just enough time to get this thing mostly where I want it. These little 2-hour sprints, not quite enough. We need 3-hour streams, right? 3-hour streams is where you can get stuff done. And I have to make sure that I have nothing on this desk tomorrow because I got an electrician coming in the morning that's going to run power right over top of my desk and this entire area. So that's fun. All right. So we should need 4 more. Although it looks like I miscounted. There's an extra or 2 extra. Let's see what I miss. 2 there, 2 there, 2 on this, 2 on that, 2 here, 2 here. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm actually short. Okay, I have some. It's all good. What did I drop? Dropped one right here. So my math was way off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing 1. Oh, it's right here. 8. Okay, I'm good. I got them all. They just rolled away. All right, so for those, here, let me set this thing down. Is there a way for me to clamp these? No. Yeah, because they'll try to interfere over there with each other. All right, we're doing 2 at a time. 2 at a time. Electrician putting in some more circuits for all your printers. I wish, Nigel. I wish it was like that. No, no, we have an addition going on to the house, on the other side of the house, and the garage is getting a separate panel. Because we need more power over that way for AC and HVAC and all that fun stuff. So I've been driving for the past 1.5 hours. Oh, True Rex. You know, 1 hour is fine. Like I drive 1 hour every single day to the office. But once it gets a little over an hour, drive really starts to kind of get annoying, doesn't it? I like to fiddle. Catron, me too. That's why I have 3 gaming PCs. Or 3 Windows machines in general. But for my work machine, I definitely prefer the Mac. Hands down. For any kind of media, anything really. And I'm in design, so I'm definitely biased. But it also handles things like Fusion and pretty much everything I can throw at it like it's nothing. More kids, more house. Ain't that something? And way less money. More kids, more house. But where'd the money go? See ya. You don't even got it. You don't even got no money. It's gone, baby. All right. 2 of these. And it's assembly time. I'm ready. Let's go. All right, there's one. Cool that bad boy down a little bit. Here's another. Recently went through an extension too. I do not envy you. Ugh, yeah. Okay, so you know what's happening then. Like, I'm excited for it because we get another bathroom, and that's really the major upgrade. But yeah, everything that comes along with it is insane. I'm at the point where there's no kids at the house, but they're having kids now. Yeah, I mean, that's why we do it all, for that, right? To be able to do that. I definitely have a long time before that, but I'll get there too. I'll get there too. I don't even know how some of you guys do it, especially with girls. Sheesh. All right. That is it. I'm going to unplug my Pinesol. So, I mean, this thing is just... Guys, if you don't have a soldering iron, or you have some old soldering iron that's been sitting around, this thing's incredible. You can even, like I said, you can even download different firmware for it if you wanted to. There's so many settings. You can do PID tuning. You could have it tune itself for the power that you plug it in, because it can power through anything. So if you plug in a bunch of power, it'll quickly tune itself. If you put in a little bit of power, it's just there. I know there's other ones out there. There's sequel. No, what's my brand? Secure has a really good one, TS100 or something like that. And I wanted it, but with the tariffs right now, it's crazy. And this thing is $40 on Amazon. Speaking of PCs, I'm currently printing some custom fan grill covers for custom water-cooled PC I'm building for a client. Nice. That's awesome, Frank. That seems fun. All right, let's move this thing out of the way. Zoomy Vice goes away. Sorry, Zoomy. You didn't make it today, though. So I'm putting your Vice away. All right, let's do the long screws first. Here, let's get them in here. Just because they take some time. We need a different tool on here. Yes, Tulsa Pinesol. I just grabbed one to upgrade from my D60 for $40 on Amazon. I posted a link in the chat earlier. It's really good. Highly suggest it. It's an upgrade. Yeah, Hako makes some cool stuff. away from my bench. Exactly. Yeah, it's super, super portable. You can literally take it and a battery pack, and you can go anywhere. And that's what I'm going to use my D64. It'll go back to my case for my drone bag, just in case I rip a wire out or something happens with the flight controller. I can just use the drone battery. 3D printed my own soldering iron. What do you mean? Got a 12 color T6 D12 kit, 3D printed adapter, hook up to the M18 battery. You weren't kidding. Well, that seems cool. I thought it was a joke. You 3D printed a soldering iron. I 3D printed some Crocs. Same or not the same? All right. Yeah, speaking of them, let me throw them on here. Yeah, I mean, it's just insane that they're comfortable. They're legitimately comfortable. They're soft. See that? Throw them in 4-wheel drive. I'm a heavy dude, and they're great. I literally have cushion. All right, then on the front, we got this piece. Goes like that. Let's throw these on there first. Whoops. And ideally, we'll just do both of them at the same time. Safety Crocs, that's right. I saw you posted them in the Cool Prince channel. I don't know if Crocs should be anywhere cool. I don't know, man. They're pretty cool. Haven't flown my drone for a while. Or my helicopters. Need to get them out there. I just reviewed a little helicopter on our RC channel. A company sent it. Wolf was the company. I don't want to butcher it because they were cool. It's the K170, but it was cool. It has a little gyro in there, so it makes it really easy to fly, like first time. And my daughter flew it, loved it. All right, I can't tell what this. Oh, there he goes. Okay, I was just not there yet. All right, man, that feels so solid. Very nice. Okay, this one goes this way. Nope, goes this way. There we go. Takes a little second to brain these things. Crazy to think that shoe was designed to be the dumbest shoe and no one would ever buy it for a movie. Yeah, that's right. What was the movie? What was the movie called? Good movie, actually. I want to say Evolution, but that wasn't it. What was it called? Yeah, Idiocracy. There you go. Yep, that's it. Yeah, ain't that something? I use Crocs to quickly go outside for something in the back, like grilling, easy slip on, but never in public. Wick, I do too. And I have another set of Crocs. That's they're by Crocs, but they don't look like the traditional Croc. They're slightly more modern, and they have like a two-piece sole thing that's really comfortable. I usually wear those wherever someone would wear sandals or something, like the beach. But yeah, otherwise I use the Crocs as just for, like you said, like a slip-on. But these are different. I printed them yellow to wear these to my daughter's game. Their color is yellow, so I'll be doing that. That's really the point. And the fact that I can say that I 3D printed Crocs, which, you know, I'm interested to see how well you can get these modular docks to function nicely. My attempt must have been user error. Joe, you know, the complicated part is yet to come. This hardware level stuff is easy, right? It's the software is really going to dictate how this whole thing is going to go. So we will see. I don't know if I'm looking forward to it or not. Probably not. Let's just use these. But yeah, and I know that like significantly less people have also used these specifically, the stealth burner ones. So I'm in a little bit of a minority. So asking for help is going to be kind of interesting. So I will do my best. I also don't really have a good way. Like I don't have solutions for a bunch of things like bed leveling. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do any of that stuff yet, but I figured I'm just going to jump in and figure it out as I go and do it that way. All right, so the top here, was it these? Let's see. Was it this? It is, okay. I think I have an extra, either an extra piece of hardware here or one rolled away or something. We'll find out. I love how much torque I can put on these things. So this filament is crazy. It's so strong. I enjoy them more than I should, but never in public. But now after your video, I want to print the barrier. Yeah, man. You know, printing is something else. It takes it to a little bit of a different level, and makes it a little bit more special. All right, another dock down. Let's clean it up real quick and put another one on. Whoops! Of course, spilled water directly onto my phone. Why not? Perfect. And I think I'll do a more involved video on them specifically because I think it's fun. But I'm going to print a few more to do some tests. Because I think getting the texture right is going to be important and kind of tweaking the infill as well. I think if you're like a light person, then 10% will be perfectly fine. I mean, I'm enjoying how cushiony they are, but I know for a fact that that's going to wear itself out. I need more. I think I need 15 infill. Crocs with Lego tops. I mean, you can still do gibbets. The holes are the correct size. So you can do any gibbets you want. So you can do a Lego gibbet. I'm thinking of doing spurs for the back. But for now, I'm gonna do my all-wheel drive thing in multicolor. Nice. Love cleaning these things up. All right, that's that. Oh right, we got this one. Goes back here. Okay, and this one should be done. Oh, right. This is how that clamps on. Although we're not doing that yet, so that's okay. In fact, can I even put it on there? Probably. All right, I'll do that later. That's okay. That's like a retainer for the top. All right, let's get this mounted up. So we need this guy. And this gets this. Oh yeah, I am missing one. I'm missing 1/16. One black 16 mil. I wonder if it rolled off or fell or what. All right, we're gonna have to do a brief search. Oh, let me see if there's one in here. Actually, I know I have one in that bin for a fact. The right head, too. Yeah, I'll just grab that one. I know I got one. I've seen it with my eyes. It's in here. It is right here. There it is. Literally one more. What do you think I should call this thing, by the way? I'm thinking like trifecta, since there's 3 heads. Tricerodon. Do the gibbet holes scale to larger sizes? Does that matter? Yes, but I tested it earlier today with real gibbets, and they will fit perfectly. You can also 3D print them, which I plan on doing my logo. So that's something. By the way, Joe Rust, did you also do this exact dock? Like, did you use the mini stealth burner on yours? The hardware looks and assembles nicely. My issue was the lightweight dragon burners wouldn't stay. Oh, there you go. That answers my question. Wouldn't stay put. Any movement on the umbilical would knock them off. Interesting. So on these, well, did you do magnets on the front? Because on the stealth burner right over here, so I saw you're supposed to put 2 magnets in there, and they kind of get held. I wonder if that does the dragon burner have that too? Yeah, like if this requires some mild tweaks, I honestly don't mind, because I won't have to reprint this whole shenanigans. I'll just redo these 2 pieces. By the way, guys, is there anything that you would like to see in a video about the S1 Pro from FL Sun and the Bamboo Lab H2D? Because I've been printing with both of them quite a bit, and I'm not printing any test prints. I've literally just been printing stuff that I need and use, and been kind of going about it that way since my time has been so limited. My video production, just in general, is, you know, I don't have any time. So I'm trying to do it in a way where I'm just using them every day, and I'll talk about it instead of doing like specific tests. Because if there's anything specific that you guys are more interested in either of those machines that you think would be helpful, I'd rather do that way. You know, both machines are pretty incredible for what they are. I'll put a silver one in just the drive in my OCD. So no. If I put one silver one in here, it'll be over. I won't even install it on my machine. No magnets? Okay. So maybe there's something to that. So on this one, on the front plates, on these things, basically you put in 2 bolts right here, and they line up perfectly with the 2 bolts on the tool head, and the magnet kind of helps hold it in place. So I'll be testing that theory. All right, 2 more docks complete. Let's drop these in. By the way, everybody, we have about 15 minutes left in the stream, which means you have 15 minutes left to sign up for the filament giveaway by Polymaker. If you're either on Twitch or YouTube, The link is pinned in the chat, in the top of the chat. My alarm's going off. Don't be alarmed. All right. Let's get this together. So in order to do this, we'll do them one at a time. Let's see, I just dropped the hardware out of that, which is fantastic. I'm being sarcastic. All right, I think I caught that hardware. I did. Tighten, tighten, tighten. Let's see how the third one fits in here, by the way. I haven't really done a test fit. So that's 2. Let's get this hardware in there. I want to see more TPU PETG integration prints on the HDD, like a print in place embedded, I think was the key feature. Yep. I mean, I've been printing a bunch of TPU, but not integrated. All right, so it does fit. So that's a plus. I measured twice, and I printed twice, because the first time I measured wrong. No use in lying about it, you know? Measure twice, print twice. That's what I always say. That was possibly a piece of my issue. I ended up modding the tap changer docks to build hooks into the system. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea how this is going to work. So there's always that. And here's a question, another question for you, Joe. How did you do leveling? Like, how did you do Z offset, for example? Like, I don't even understand what you would do, to be honest. How does this look? Look at that. She purty. And then it will basically sit like this. Each one of these also gets bolted to there. And then from here, from the back here, there's another plate that goes on. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Look at that. That looks awesome. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll take... Oh, here's that hardware. Just found it. I think I'll do that tonight while I'm down here cleaning up. Z offset's in the config for each toolhead. Oh, so you do the Z offset separately for each toolhead. Okay, and that's like tap in that case. Okay. This is looking good. You'll have a much better success than what I was doing. Oh, really? This is for V0, right? No, sir. It's for a Micron, and I can fit another one. And I was going to. I have all the hardware for 4. However, I'm not gonna. I changed my mind, and I'm kind of pivoting. So what I want to do is I want to make this as an assembly like this that you can put on to an already built Micron. So if you're going to rebuild, if you're going to build one from scratch, you can do different tensioners. You can do a whole bunch of different stuff on the machine. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's pull this thing out of there. Basically, what I want this to be, it's kind of like an add-on with just a few pieces of hardware that you can put onto an existing Micron without rebuilding it. I actually have this thing tuned really well, and I just don't want to take the tensioners off, none of that stuff. So that's kind of the idea here. Hold on, I gotta move some things around real quick. Here, let's put this back. The pine still should be nice and cold. Let's see. Of course, you just go right and touch it with your hands. And that's how we test if it's cold or not. Hardware can go here. I'm gonna need this, so let's put the hardware here. This goes up. Pine sol can go right there. All right, I move my camera. Actually, camera gear. Camera can go right here for now. All right, hopefully I matched the hexagons correctly, because we all know part of the whole thing is the hexagons. You can't mess those up. Oh, that's this one. There we go. Also, I should have read the title history. Nice. Defaulting to homing and Z offset with tool 0, and others different from tool 0. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey Amanda, how you doing? Okay, so this will go right there, like this. So the idea here is there's plenty of space on both sides for the stock Vloron design tensioners. And then what'll happen is this guy will come in here and go brr, bam, and make a little deposit. And then we'll have 3 of these things with no interference. There you go, that clicked. So that's the idea. I think 3 is a good number not to have this thing super crammed. 4 does fit. But with 4, you need to have aftermarket and just different design. What's it called? Belt tensioners, which is no problem. They exist. They're out there. Denver prototype camera. Take a lot of guesswork out of the equation. Well worth the $50. I did see that. It did look pretty cool. There's other machines that use that too. Like that whole system. Yeah, I'm going to mount this up tonight. There's no way I'm going to be able to just go to sleep with this thing sitting here like this. So yeah, this will be a big push for me. There's a couple things that I still have to figure out. One of the main ones is where to mount the big tree tech. This guy. I don't know the name of it. Where to mount this. So how do you get the part out? You know, the part you get from the bottom or the sides or whatever. You can have doors on the side. There's plenty of space. Here, let me show you. You mean like if you print the tall one? If you print the tall part, you're taking it out from the top probably. You mean like if you print the entire build area? I don't know. How do they do it on other tool changers? Eric, I think it's the same. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Take the whole machine apart. But I do have to figure out how and where to mount this monstrosity. Because this thing is going to split our... it's going to split our... what's it called? Connections. Our connections to the motherboard here. So one connector goes in, and it splits it into 3. And I don't know if we'll mount it on the back, which is probably the right place. Mount it on the back of the machine and have everything come in through here so that we can have a top hat. The top hat will not be able to be flat. We'll have to go pretty high with the top hat. But this thing won't be enclosed for a little while. I want to have it printing and figured out. And the top hat and the enclosure will be dead last. Also, where this wire is currently running won't be able to work anymore too. So there's a there's still quite a lot to figure out. I wonder if there's another case for this thing. I don't remember what this is called off the top of my head. But all right, guys, we have 5 minutes left, 4 minutes left in our giveaway. So if you're going to be here in that time and you're interested in some Polymaker filament, definitely jump up there into the top of the chat and the pinned comments and jump in. Working with a pretty tight space there. Yeah, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. I'm okay with that. I like the challenge. A toolhead dock that rises up with a top hat would be, yeah, that's true. Yeah, if this could connect in some way where you can kind of disconnect this bar and have it come up. Yeah, that would work pretty cool. There's probably ways to do that. But one of the things that I'm trying to do is keep the front flat as well, so that I can do the doors right on the front. They can close right in front of this. So we'll see if this thing flexes too much, which I don't think it will. But there is potential that this will flex too much. So we'll see. So far, I'm enjoying it, though. You know, this is the level of design that I can handle. Past this, I'm out. Pretty cool, though. I'm assembling dragon burners. Cool. Love me some dragon burners. Yeah, toolhead dock that can lift up. Yeah, so basically this won't have anything attached. I mean, what you can do there is some space to do brackets on the side, right? Which means you would sacrifice some rigidity in this direction, but if you don't have this bar, if this bar is attached to the top hat, like you mentioned, that could be really interesting, actually, because then, yeah, they would drop. They would drop out of there. So we'll have to play with that, but 2 down, 4 to go. Not bad. Not bad. You're getting along there. All right, so for this, the other thing that I need is the hardware. 2 minutes left, by the way. Countdown continues. So that's where these sit. And let's see. So that goes in there. And how big? I'm thinking we try like 12s or something first. Let's see, do I have 12s in black? If I recall, the answer is no. But it's always worth trying. What are these right here? 12s, okay. Let's try it. Is that a clickboard? Something to showcase 1-1 if your streams. Is that a clickboard? I'm not sure what clickboard is. GG, I'm not sure. Dot gantry mounted inside of the top rail. Oh, this is too long, I think. Right? No, let's try it. Looks like we have 60 seconds left, just about. All right, let's see how this plays out. So this screws in. Looks like I need smaller than 12. But let's keep going just to check. All right, yeah, definitely. I'm going to need like 8s, maybe even 6s, honestly. Wow, this goes way further in than I thought. Here. All right, I changed that screen. Yeah, that's way too long. Okay, so I probably need half. I need 6s or 8s max. All right, guys, our filament giveaway has run out. So let's choose a winner. I'm excited. Amanda won last time, and maybe she'll win again. I do not mind repeat winners because you're here supporting me, and it's totally random. All right, y'all, let's do this. Here, let me move this back here. I'm not scratching the bed. Let's have that right here. Yeah, look at that. Bam. Love it. Oh, we'll do this. Right there. How cool is that? All right, y'all. Let's see how many people we got. 48 people. All right, let's go. You guys ready? Good luck, everybody. Let's choose a winner. Let's go to winners. Draw a winner. We're going to do 1. And let's do... what's happening here? Okay, that was weird. All right, we're going to do announce winners with widget. Announce with avatar. All right, congratulations to Jonathan S. Whoa, there's even a photo in there. Jonathan S., congratulations. Whoops. You guys want this screen. Congratulations, John S. Jonathan, are you in here? Let me know. Nigel, is it really you, for real? Because, like, your name on there is Nigel. Your first and last name are on there. That's a pic of Nigel? Oh, this pic is someone who's named Nigel. I don't even know who that is. I'm going to look this up. Am I going to regret typing this in? I guess your avatar would make sense. Nope, that's Turner. Tufnell? No, you're trolling me. That's not a thing. It's a great movie. From Spinal Tap. Interesting. Nigel, is that really you for real? Email ends in more. It is. You're not trolling me. Okay. Well, Jonathan, congratulations. / Nigel. No, I haven't seen Spinal Tap. In fact, I don't even know if I've heard of Spinal Tap. It's a comedy musical from 1984. Well, that's probably why. I was born in 87. No, I've never even heard of this movie. It seems hilarious. Interesting. Oh dear. Mockumentary. Interesting. Even more interesting. Now I'll go watch it. Yeah, it's time. Turn Up to 11. Is that where that's from? Is that where that's like officially from? Because everyone says that. Turn it up to 11. But it's interesting. Look at that. I had no idea. One of my buddies is really into movies. I wonder if he's seen it. He'll probably call me names if I ask him. Oh, classic. Interesting. Where have I been? I don't know. Today I learned. Yeah, this right here. Today I learned. Nice. Love it. All right, Jonathan. So here's the deal. I'm sure you've been in enough streams to already know what to do, but I'm going to say it anyway and confirm in the chat, okay? Here's what you need to do. Email me at fedor@3dprintsos.com saying that you won today's giveaway. And that's FEDOR. Fedor@3dprintsos.com. If you can't find that or can't remember it, go to the YouTube channel in the About section. You can find my email there. All right. The first name is FEDOR@3dprintsos.com. Shoot me an email, and probably tomorrow in the afternoon, or maybe a little bit later than that. I'll have some time, and I'll send you the code and the winner's what's it called, form that you need to fill out from Polymaker. You fill it out, you put in the code that I give you, and it gives you credit to an account. You can add to it, you can do whatever you want. Some of the filament that's on sale, you might even be able to get more than one spool for the amount they give you. So that's really cool. Congratulations. Let me know in the chat confirming that you know what to do to receive said filament. But yeah, it sounds like I got a movie to watch. Got it. We'll send the email now. Awesome. Yeah, give me about a day or so, so that I can get to it, and we'll go from there. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Don't thank me. Thank Polymaker. I'm vicariously living through them, right? Yeah, huge thank you to Polymaker as always. And yeah, special thank you to JD Montgomery. We don't see him in the live streams that much. And I don't know if he watches or not, but huge thanks to him. He always seems to find a way to help me and answer my stupid questions about these things. That guy's a pro at these. So thanks to him. All right, everybody. This was a pretty cool stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this little thing that I made today. And hopefully it works out. I don't know if it will. I printed in this super stiff filament, so I'm thinking it'll be okay, even with the printed 1515 on the bottom there. But once these are all tied into this bar and this squeezes it all in, I think it will be strong enough. Only one way to really tell. And then later, maybe we'll reprint some of these parts on this machine in multicolor, right? All right, everybody. Thank you all for being here. As always, I'm out. I'm gonna get some food, get some sleep before we start this nighttime process that I'm not used to still. All right, everybody. Have a good one. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Polymaker. And thank you, Multiboard, for sponsoring the channel as well. Appreciate both of you big time. All right. See you, everybody. Have a good one.